Just gotta remember to actually look at that camera.
Uh-huh.
Woohoo! We're live, babe.
Yay.
Yay! Okay, not entirely sure anyone is here yet, since it is probably not, since it's exactly 8 o'clock. But for anyone watching the replay, bonjour, y'all. My name is Brita.
And hello, I'm Dan.
And today on Witches Unite, or I guess tonight on Witches Unite, in which case I should have said bonsoir, y'all. Tonight on Witches Unite, we are going to show you guys how to clean your smartphones. You might have heard about a small global pandemic that is going on right now, casually referred to as coronavirus, although the proper shortened name is COVID-19.
Yeah.
COVID-19. So, look, we're not here to tell you guys science or give you medical advice, because we're not doctors, we're not scientists, we're not, what's the really long word for people who study?
Epidemiology.
That word, we're not that. Hi, Terry, welcome. But I am immunocompromised, so I already maintain a fairly high standard of cleanliness in regards to my hands and in regards to the items that I own and common surfaces at our house. And so we want to share that knowledge with all of you. What?
We should check this. Can people actually hear us? I'm not seeing the audio thing moving.
Oh, well, it's Terry, can you hear us?
Oh, maybe it is moving. I don't know.
Okay, hopefully. I don't know.
We'll just proceed as
We'll continue. So we have a variety of devices here. Okay, thank you, Terry, for confirming. Basically, the little indicator buttons by the microphone that light up with sensitivity were not moving, so we weren't sure if we could be heard. Anyway, so tonight we have a variety of devices. I have 2 phones, so.
I also have 2 phones.
And then we also.
A pair of Kindles.
I have 2 Kindles.
He actually has a 3rd phone.
It's dusty, the 3rd phone, okay? And the various battery packs. Yes, because look, if you guys are properly washing your hands full 20 seconds with soap, you know, getting up to the wrist and go scrubbing in between your fingers and all that stuff, and then you touch your phone that you can't even remember the last time you cleaned it, you basically just undid all of your hard hand washing work. Welcome, Steffi. Hello. So we are going to show you guys the correct way, and there's more than one correct way to sanitize, to disinfect your phones and your smart devices. And then we're also going to not demonstrate the incorrect way, but we are going to show you some incorrect things that you should not do.
We have a variety of cleaning solutions as well, ranging from the right thing to do to that'll work to you probably shouldn't do that.
So, and when we were getting ready for this, and I was like, babe, like we have to get the alcohol ready. He like held up our glass of red wine. So cheers.
Not an actual cleaning solution.
Not a cleaning solution. Y'all do not dunk your phones in wine. Also, a reminder, we are well above the legal drinking age in the United States. We've been, right, we are staying home. So just quarantine and chill. Yeah.
Like that. So I guess I'll start off with our various cleaning solutions. We'll start out with the correct one. This is 70% isopropyl alcohol. If it's not completely gone at your local store, you can find this in the first aid aisle. This is an antiseptic. And yeah, it kills stuff pretty well.
And you are looking specifically for you need the 70% dilution. You can buy a higher dilution and then dilute it yourself at home.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't do like the 90-some%. It'll disinfect it, but you're kind of using more than you need to in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can either dilute it yourself, but it comes in pretty big containers if you can find it now. We actually have a couple because I use it all the time for cleaning surfaces before painting and other cleaning purposes and being antiseptic.
I will actually, with my makeup brushes, I will first clean them with soap and water just to like get the makeup off. And then I'll dip all of them into a small thing of alcohol and then I'll wash them again with soap and water. So, real quick, welcome Wonder Woman. And good, Steffi. I'm glad to hear that you are already thoroughly washing your hands because that is very important. I'm a little concerned at how many people are like, oh, I guess this is how I wash my hands. And like, didn't you not learn that as a child? Anyway.
Yeah. So these do have expiration dates on it. I would say that probably is pretty, I think alcohol goes bad. So I wouldn't worry too much about that if you find an older bottle it's better than if you can't find it at all.
So we're going to demonstrate with the first one, the correct one first?
I was going to go through.
Oh, go through the cleaning supplies first. Okay, that's
so
cool.
The next one that you may have around your house is Lysol disinfectant spray. This will kill germs. It is effective. I don't know that I would recommend it for use on electronics. It's not listed as the uses on the back. So if this is all you got to sanitize your phone, I would spray it onto a cloth first and then rub it onto your phone surface.
But you see, this is a microfiber cloth, which we'll also be using. If you have a screen protector, you're probably okay with just a general soft cloth, but microfiber is best so you don't accidentally scratch your screen.
But you do want to make sure whatever cloth you're spraying on, you get it pretty wet because it does need to be, when it dries, it doesn't do anything. And another good solution is if you got disinfecting wipes, these can be good as well. Technically, it's not for electronics. This is probably better than the spray stuff because you're not going to get it as many ports. I just make sure it's not like dripping wet, but yeah, you still want it pretty moist.
Which the dripping wet thing, if you have ever gotten to the very end of the tub, you'll notice that at that point it's pretty saturated, which is we will not be using this because it is very soaking wet right now.
All right, so now we're getting into a little bit more ridiculous. You have Comet. This is bleach based. It will disinfect. It will clean. This is a horrible idea to use on any electronics, but great for hard, non-porous surfaces. If you want to disinfect your bathroom or your kitchen, I highly recommend Comet. I love it. But yeah, you wouldn't want to put it on your phone. In addition to it being completely inappropriate for any ports or microphones or whatever, it's very abrasive and will scratch the heck out of any glass surface. The next one, everyone jokes. I mean, we talked about the wine, but this is vodka. Still not good enough. Vodka, it does say on here, 40% alcohol by volume. You're not high enough to do disinfecting.
Remember, we're looking for 70%.
Which is about 140 proof. So if you get some really strong stuff or you make some homemade moonshine, it may be enough to disinfect. I still would recommend wasting it.
Right, you might as well be drinking that if you are legal drinking age in your country and you're not driving anywhere afterwards.
And the last one that I really do not recommend, this is alcohol stove fuel. It is a mix of ethanol and methanol. Methanol is highly poisonous, and you want to use this in a well-ventilated area if you're using it for burning. You definitely don't want to be using it with bare hands or anything else because it is toxic.
Okay, so before we move on to demonstrating phone cleaning, does anyone have any questions about the don'ts of cleaning electronics? So this is just like a travel size spray bottle. I got it as part of a set, but I don't use hairspray or anything, so we haven't ever used this before. And Dan is going to very carefully put a little bit of the alcohol into the spray bottle because you don't want to just like pour alcohol onto your phones and your smart devices. Do you want to start getting my cases off?
The other option, if you don't have a spray bottle, is put the alcohol onto a paper towel or a cloth and use that to white wash the surface.
Wonder Woman is, wait, your audio is squiggly? Maybe because you're farther away from the mic?
My audio is, I don't know what squiggly means with regards to audio, but I will attempt to not be squiggly.
Okay. I'm also just moving my lap. We're trying out the mic from my laptop instead of the mic from the webcam because we've had issues with the webcam mic before. Anyway, so and then
you want to remove your case, stuff can get back behind there in the crevices and hide. A lot of newer phones are water resistant, so they're a little bit safer if you get a little bit more wet, which is probably on the best side. You do want to use kind of like a pure alcohol because it'll leave less residue.
you can see I'm just like scrubbing the cloth over here. You want to be damp but not like soaking wet, and you can always, you know, add more. Whew, that is,
Yeah, alcohol does smell.
it is a strong scent, y'all. And the eczema on my hands is really not happy right now. So, in case anyone needed proof that I wash my hands a lot, it's very hard for my eczema to heal because I keep washing off my medicine. At this point, I'm using prescription eczema cream, like hand lotion, because I have eczema all over my hands. All right, so as you can see, I am just like pretty thoroughly going over my phone with the microfiber cloth that has been sprayed down.
I'm just using the wet paper towel. In addition, if your phone is not water resistant or splash resistant, you might want to turn it off before cleaning it.
Just on the safe side.
Yeah. And then you do want to take the dry end of the cloth with a paper towel afterwards and wipe off any excess because you don't want to get spots and stuff from drying. Generally, alcohol doesn't leave a lot of spots, hence why I use it to clean before doing things like painting.
Right. And if you have ever done your nails beforehand and use alcohol to kind of help dry them out and remove oils and stuff, you know that your nails get really dry. So I'm not gonna lie, you guys, like I'm pretty good about wiping down the outside of my phone on a consistent basis. This is the first time since getting this phone case that I have taken the phone case off to clean it.
I've cleaned it for a couple times.
Thanks, babe.
The other thing is around the buttonholes and stuff, especially in the cases, there's a lot of kind of nooks and crevices. So yeah, make sure you get it extra wet and squeeze it in there. You definitely don't have to worry about using too much liquid in the case portion for sure.
Yeah, because obviously the case is not an electronic itself. So yeah, all of this hand washing, like, I mean, I know it's necessary, but my poor hands. Like, I went to see my dermatologist, I guess, back in December to get a new prescription for the eczema on my hands. And the nurse who was kind of doing the intake information asked me how often I was washing my hands each day. And so I was trying to like count up how often I go to the bathroom, which y'all have Crohn's disease, so it's a lot, and how often I cook and how often I eat. And so finally the nurse just stopped me and she's like, "Are you washing your hands at least 20 times a day?" I was like, "Oh God, yes." So 20 was apparently the top end that was for their informative purposes, and I easily wash my hands 20 times a day.
You see I'm waving this around a lot. You do want to make sure that you get your case completely dry before you put the phone back in it, because you don't want any puddles or excess moisture under there.
Also, you know, make sure you're doing this in like a ventilated space, because if the alcohol is a little fragrant.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, this is our dining room, which is a bit small, but it opens into our kitchen and it opens into our living room, so it's a good open space.
Galaxy S2, if you remember these things. Does not actually play Wizards Unite or Pokemon Go for reference. Still plays Clash of Clans though.
Hey, that's important. Okay, gotta get this. Okay, there we go. One phone down, 2 more phones and some Kindles and battery packs to go. So what are everyone's thoughts on the fact that March Community Day has been postponed? I feel as though most people understand, but of course, as the editor-in-chief of Wizards Unite Hub, I get to see all of the lovely comments on Twitter and Facebook, and not all of them have been positive. So what do you guys think about Niantic and Warner Brothers' decision? And of course, if you play Pokemon Go, they are also delaying Community Day in Pokemon Go.
In the meantime, if your case is in multiple parts, like you got a hard part and a soft part, make sure you split those apart and again clean in between all of the pieces before you reassemble.
I just want to say that I appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Friday night. Although I guess since y'all are in different parts of the world, it might not be Friday night where you are. This is the kind of thing that we do, you know. Huge.
To some Clorox wipes for the battery packs because it's not as important that. Oh, I just dribbled Clorox.
I told you. Okay, I literally told you like half an hour ago that was liquidy and we should pre-wring it out.
I poured out some on my pants. My pants are now thoroughly disinfected in one wet spot.
Great. Wonder Woman, that is awesome. I'm super jealous. I have not seen him in the wild yet. I'm getting really close to finishing that task in the bonus tasks so that I can get my one guaranteed encounter. Use your dottle draft, use a potent. Just, I hope you get it. Or did you, by saying you just got it, do you mean that you actually like already caught it?
Yeah, the battery packs, it's not as important to not leave residues. That it has to be super clear. So you're probably fine using the Clorox wipes on battery packs. Also a good idea if you've got earbuds or headphones, disinfect those too. Sunglasses, hats.
Yeah, we have definitely washed our trainer tips hats a few times. They're white, so they also tend to look dirty.
You can try and clean USB cables, but good luck with that.
I mean, I don't know. You just like run around the outside.
Yeah. Things can get slippery, so be careful when you're.
Which we still haven't put a screen protector back on this phone. We should probably do that before I end up dropping it. And this is okay. So we did actually, Dan and I did go out and play Wizards Unite earlier today when he got off work. That's right. We planted shrooms yesterday, toadstools, at the nature preserve where we frequently play. Also filmed a video that I'm going to edit tomorrow and hopefully publish tomorrow on the things that you can do to stay safe and healthy while playing Wizards Unite. Okay, you want to take off my case for me? No, I'm not good at removing my cases. I mean, if you think about it, oh, wait. They're supposed to be secure. And that's why they're hard to remove. This old case is actually one I did in a collaboration a couple years ago. So it's a custom case. Whew. All right. Great. I've not used this phone in a long time. Yeah, like you can, depending on where you live, like I don't want to make statements that apply for the entire world. We live in a rural area, and hey, Brittany. Oh, you're so sweet. Here, let me type this since you have me muted. But like, okay, so we live in a rural area, and even though Atlanta has had a few confirmed cases of COVID-19, there haven't been any out in the boonies, which is where we live. And where we live, there's not a lot of people. So when we go to the nature preserve to play, we're not seeing a ton of people. And even when we do see people, like...
Yeah, they're in the distance. It's not a very interactive environment.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, I think that you can make smart decisions and be safe and minimize your risk while still living your life. Just, you know, wash your hands a lot and use hand sanitizer and clean all your devices like we are showing right now. So.
Also, another warning,
Hey, Cooper.
If you're washing all your stuff with the isopropyl alcohol, if you have open wounds, like if you've been picking at your cuticles, say, it does burn a little bit.
Or if you have eczema all over your hands.
It does disinfect the wound, so there's that.
There's that, yeah. It's kind of crazy to see how much this has spread across different countries, and how quickly it has spread. But, you know, the thing is, like, we should all be, hey, the WUzards, we should all be washing our hands anyway and disinfecting our phones anyway and using hand sanitizer anyway and not leaving the house when we're sick anyway.
We
like,
should really be telecommuting anyway too, but
actually we should. And
my boss isn't buying that.
Okay, and I'm gonna get up on my little soapbox for just a second here, you guys. I mean, it's my YouTube channel, so I can do what I want, right? Hey, Steph. I have Crohn's disease. That is a chronic illness. I take immunosuppressants. I've been immunosuppressed for over 20 years. There are a couple of gaps here and there when my Crohn's is okay and I only needed to take anti-inflammatory medication, but I've mostly been taking immunosuppressants since I was 8 years old. And at this point in time, with my health levels and my frequency of medical treatment needs, I can't really have a normal job. And one of the reasons I can't really have a normal job is because companies don't want to let employees telecommute. Even though so many jobs can be done remotely, so much work can just be done as long as you have a strong internet connection and like a computer. And if you spend any time like on disability Twitter, a lot of like disabled activists are pissed right now because the kind of things that people with chronic illnesses and people with disabilities have been asking for years and have been told over and over and over by companies, it's not possible, it's not feasible, like, you know, we can't make that accommodation. Suddenly, able-bodied people are at risk. And now, all of these accommodations are possible. So I just, if you're ever in an influential position one day where you can advocate for somebody with a disability or you can make policies in the workplace, I highly encourage you to just remember this time and remember that we have amazing technology that connects us to each other. And there is more than one way to be productive. There's more than one way to get the job done. And sometimes the best person for the job is not going to be your, like, an able-bodied person. So just, that's my soapbox, guys. I'm done.
Maybe it will improve in the future now that we've tested it out and people realize, oh, you know what? Having people telecommute didn't really hurt our business operations. Maybe we should allow it more often.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so we have all the phones and my Kindles clean and battery packs.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna check. Should clean my laptop. Yeah, we should. Okay. Thanks, Wonder Woman. Appreciate it. Do you want to just? Okay, Dan's gonna wipe down my laptop for me real quick. Yeah, since we'll be getting up and close and personal here, which is where the microphone is. Thank you, Steph. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Oh, Faye, what'd you do? Are we still here? Oh. Hold on. Okay, good. He just
The problem
changed.
with wiping on a touch screen is
Yeah.
it will definitely.
Yeah, and actually my screen itself is a touch screen, so we should probably
Yeah, we'll watch that later.
we'll watch the actual laptop screen later. So also, you guys, our camera is up there, and we both keep looking down at the laptop. One, because that's where the chat is, but also that's where we can see ourselves. Sorry.
Screen.
I mean, we are very much still on screen, babe. I'm not really worried about that. Anyway, a couple last minute things about Wizards Unite is I have an NDA. So one, let's not all forget that, because I had somebody ask me on my last video how I knew the information. I was like, I signed an NDA, 2 NDAs actually. One with Warner Brothers and one with Niantic back in July of last year. Yeah, so I know things. I do.
I also know things. I'm not under NDA,
but I run my NDAs very closely, and so they extend to my employees. So
and I'm clearly an assistant.
Dan is my employee, in case anyone's asking.
And I will not talk. You can talk to me if you have to, but
I will not say a thing.
Anyway, I am waiting on permission to share information. So, which is kind of the story of my life. In fact, I did already know everything about Community Day, and I had a whole video filmed and edited. I wrote 1,500 words of an article, and yeah, who knows when I'm going to be allowed to share that information? Who knows when, if I don't. All of this is madness, but I definitely applaud Niantic and Warner Brothers for making the hard decisions to keep players safe. So if you're not already following me on social media, y'all should follow me at HP, which is Unite. That is my handle for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. There will definitely be times when I won't necessarily have time to get out a full video. And so I'll just like tweet out the information first. Or of course, if you're not following Wizards Unite Hub, follow them on social media as well. So that, because I can always get an article out faster than I can a video. In fact, I have Discord open in the corner, and I was like, hey, Faze, I'm going to be live streaming. Can I talk about stuff? And she hasn't responded. So I'm taking that as a no. That's just kind of the way it is. There's a lot of sitting around waiting with information. I mean, twice this week, I probably waiting to release stuff, just sat on Discord for 4 hours and didn't really want to get up because so many things were last minute. And that's just kind of the responsibility of being part of the NDA group. And in case you guys are wondering who else is in it, so out of the WUtubers, it's me and Matt Animagus. There's Orange Wizard, who does the graphics. We have Gareth, who runs the really, really big Facebook group. And then there is the Reddit moderator, which I think the subreddit is, I forget if it's Harry Potter WU. I think that's a subreddit. So if you are wondering about official sources, that's us. Okay, so we are about to finish up here, unless anyone has any questions just about Wizards Unite in general, or cleaning your hands, or devices, or our lives. It's almost our 6-year wedding anniversary.
Yay.
So.
And while we're waiting for the questions, I'll do a quick recap for people who joined later. Yes.
That was 70% alcohol.
Perhaps.
That's a disinfectant spray.
Maybe.
There's a Lysol cleaning wipes.
No.
That's vodka.
Probably, most definitely not.
It's like the scrubby powder stuff.
And absolutely not in your freaking mind.
That's flammable stuff. So, okay. Yes, exactly, stuff. Like, if you're in the hospital or you end up dying, you're not gonna be able to play the game anymore. So we can all just pause playing the game for a little bit, and we will collectively, as a global community, get better, and then we can play games again.
Yeah.
Or you can come hang out in the cow fields with us where there aren't any people.
Yeah, if you need to unlock Portkeys, I mow the lawn this weekend if it stops raining. So that's a good way to get distance back and forth. Now that we got the adventure sync, pretty much I go out in the yard and I every time I open my phone, Portkey's unlocked.
Yeah. Whereas me, I'm like, when I walk around the house, I don't have my phones on me, so I'm not getting distance. Thank you, Steph. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Yeah, Matt and Orange Wizard are both great. I mean, I talk to both of them daily, so they are my friends. That's a really great point. I mean, it took them a year and a half, because it was November 2017 to June 2019 for the global launch.
And realistically, we've been having so many events. I'm kind of tired of the events and need a break. So maybe this is a good opportunity to get a break from some of the events.
When I told him the full March calendar, before I was allowed to announce it publicly, he was like, "Oh my god, too many events."
Community day to use up some potions, but maybe I'll have to stop being so stingy.
He hoards his potions, you guys. He like never uses his potions. I use potions left and right. I'm just always using them. So did you guys see this? This was not a planned demonstration. But into the elbow, guys. Okay.
Yeah, another reason the whole rubbing elbows thing, probably not a good substitute. Just air fist bump is appropriate.
Thank you, Steph. Anyway, those are allergies, just so we're clear. I'm allergic to like everything.
Yeah, and fall season is definitely starting in Georgia.
Yes. So if you see someone sneezing in public, like don't glare at them. They probably just have allergies. Just saying. Okay. We are probably gonna finish up because it's 8:30, which means it's time to start getting ready for bed. We are an old married couple, and we are okay with that. But thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I hope y'all learned a little something about phone sanitation and stuff, and that y'all were entertained by our antics. I will have a video up soon on staying healthy while playing Wizards Unite. So look for that in the next day or two. Yes, it is already like pollen yellow / nasty green. But it's been raining so much in Georgia that it has to, there's not actually any accumulation yet. Did it depart?
Yeah.
Oh. We're both still working on the bonus assignment for the Brilliant event. So anyway. Okay. I think that's us. That we're done. Yeah. Okay. That is not how we end these videos. No. So thank y'all so much for watching. Until next time. Au revoir, witches. Now you say it.
Oh, au revoir, witches. And now we find the end stream button.
And we find the end stream button.